All right, welcome back to the Infinity Standards. Today we're going over the lower leg. Two of the standards I really feel like are super important are your calf flexibility, your ankle flexibility, and your tibialis, which is kind of your first line of defense when you're running, when you're jumping, when you're doing a lot of things. These exercises kind of like near and dear to me because I've seen a lot of athletes, a lot of my friends experience Achilles tears, a lot of injuries in that lower leg. Top of their career, when the pinnacle of the career, they were out with Achilles tear, ankle sprain. So that affected their bottom line and their lifestyle. So I'm going to show you two exercises I really feel like everybody should really master as well as the other 18. So the first one is really having your knee past your toe. So you take a slant board. Right now I'm using the ATG wood slant board, and you kind of really start stretching that calf out. As you stretch that calf out, it's definitely going down to that Achilles. And the key, the standard is having this knee past that toe. And that's where you feel like you're the safest at. If you're able to meet that standard, you're pretty safe in terms of flexibility, mobility in that calf and that Achilles to prevent you from having those traumatic Achilles tears. One way to really get you there is the single leg calf raise. So taking a dumbbell, this is like 35 pounds right here. You still using the slant board, wrapping that bottom foot around, lean forward so you still get that stretch, and then drive up, squeezing that calf at the top. So all the way down, you'll feel the stretch. The heavier that weight is, the more flexibility you'll get. Driving up, squeeze at the top. So having that weight down, all the way down, try to get that heel touching. Driving all the way up, squeeze that calf at the top. And I recommend sets of 15 to 20 each foot. So once you do 20 here, switch it over. You still want to lean forward so you feel the stretch to that Achilles in that calf. Driving all the way up, squeeze at the top. You want to pause at the top, all the way down, pressing that heel at the bottom. Driving all the way up, focusing on that flexibility in that calf and that Achilles. So I can't state that enough, how important having that flexibility and mobility is in your calf and that Achilles. Like I said, I've seen countless athletes be the top of their career and blow out their Achilles. So having that flexibility and that mobility in that calf and that Achilles is vital. And that's why it's one of the Infinity Standards. And this is a stretch you can pretty much do every day too. You can come here, and to meet that standard, there's different ways you can do it. You can get on the slant board and kind of just work through those calves, work through those Achilles. Take one foot, just kind of lean forward. You can do it with no weight. And just drive that, pushing that heel down, driving all the way up, pushing that heel down, driving that heel all the way up. So make sure you have a slant board. Right now, I'm using this mobility box from ATG that is giving me the ability to kind of hold on. You can have this in your garage, anywhere. Just really working through those calves, that's kind of the most important thing. So Infinity Standards through your calf is making sure you're able to get that knee over that toe. So I'll show you one more time just so you can kind of see that knee is over that toe. That gives you enough mobility to prevent that Achilles tear and make sure that you are protected. So the second one is the tibialis raise. And I know you hear me, Ben, and the ATG guys talk a lot about how important your tibialis muscle is for training, for running, for jumping, to protecting that knee. And I've seen a lot of athletes have knee pain. And one thing that exercise that gets them back playing, the recovery from knee pain, is just really just strengthening the tibialis. People don't realize how important having a flexible, strong tibialis is to this overall structural balance. And once you get structural balance, then your body tends to heal itself. So I'm gonna show you here, 45 pounds is the Infinity Standards for 20 reps. So still similar to the calf, you really want to focus on the stretch and the mobility of it. So right now I have 45 pounds on here. We're gonna see if I can, before I really talk about it, let me preserve my energy and see if I can get that standard. So deep stretch. Can you see me all right, folks?
Yes, sir.
Deep stretch. So I feel it in my ankles. It's another really big benefit is protecting those ankles, driving it up, squeeze at the top. So that's one. I'll count that. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's first quarter. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second quarter. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do one for everybody that's really paying attention. All right, so that's the Infinity Standard. 45 pounds for 20 reps. Like I said, you don't have to start there. You can start 10 pounds, 5 pounds, just with the bar, wherever your mobility is. But you want to really focus on getting that deep stretch, pointing those toes out, and then focus on bringing those toes as far as you can to those shins as possible. So really, as you go down, point those toes as you reach, driving those toes up. So you're really squeezing that tibialis at the top. So really, you want to strengthen that muscle up. People don't really realize, I didn't realize that muscle, I could really, or how to strengthen that muscle, or the proper use for that muscle until I was in my 40s. So this is something I wish I would have had when I was 16, 17, 18, when I was experiencing all that knee tendonitis. So if you are a kid out there experiencing knee tendonitis, and you're not doing tibialis raises or strengthening that tibialis, I really recommend you start. So like I said, point those toes. You'll feel a deep stretch. Drive those toes up. So really, you almost touching that tibialis. Reach down as you point, driving all the way up. And nowadays we put these tibialis on the market so much. They're not hard to find. These tib bars. I'm sure you can find it on the ATG equipment page. So those are 2 standards. Getting 2 of them out the way, I really feel really personal about, man. So I've seen so many athletes in college or in their first or second pro year blow out their Achilles, just from lack of knowledge or lack of training or improper training. So if you are an athlete, if you are younger, this is something you need to really take into heart. Making sure you always, for the rest of your life, you're able to get that knee beyond that toe, and then being able to do 20 reps, full range of motion for that tibialis. So stay tuned for more 20 Infinity Standards. If you really want to master your body, I recommend starting off with those standards. See where you at. Let me know where you stack up, how many you can do with the 45 pounds, where you're at in the comment. Appreciate you staying tuned and following the page. Peace.